this is Preeti. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are staying safe and doing well. I'm doing well too. A little pregnancy update. We are in the 7th month now. And today's video is my journey to an acne-free skin as well as PCOS. A little bit of a backstory. I started having trouble with acne in my adult life, and that too very deep, painful cystic acne that would crop up from time to time and last up to a period of 2 to 3 months. Additionally, leaving a scar for another 2-3 months. And the thing is that my acne has never been continuous. Like I'd get them one fine morning, 7 to 8 of them back to back. And then after 3-4 months of torment, I would be acne-free for the next 6 months until it would start all over again, which was quite baffling to me as to what's really happening. I've always had normal skin, neither oily nor too dry. But whenever I'd get acne, I'd wake up with a layer of oil all over my face, which I just couldn't explain. So here are my insights on how I got rid of my acne, and hopefully it helps you in some small way. Which brings me to my first point, finding a good dermatologist. This seems like a very simple step, but it's really not. Every time I've got acne, I've visited a dermatologist, and tell me if the situation sounds familiar to you. The doctor usually ends up prescribing a benzoyl peroxide ointment along with some antibacterial tablets, as well as a new face wash, moisturizer, and a sunscreen. And when you ask what is the reason, you usually get a very vague response saying that it might be some infection or hormonal changes. You come back home, apply everything religiously, and of course your acne gets better. But in a couple of months, it flares up all over again, and now you're down to 3,000 rupees. Now this happened to me 3 different times, and I was fed up. Since I'm the sort of person who needs to get to the bottom of things. Why am I getting acne? Why is it not continuous? Why is my skin type changing? And most importantly, what exactly am I doing wrong? That's when I decided to do some research and find a good reputed dermatologist in my city, spoke to a couple of people, read reviews, and only then booked an appointment. I told my dermatologist very clearly on my first consultation itself that I need to know why this is happening and how exactly it can be stopped from reoccurring. She ordered a list of blood tests, and I was more than happy to oblige. We tested my hormone profile for PCOS, lipid profile, thyroid profile, as well as we tested for common deficiencies such as vitamin D, vitamin B12, as well as my iron levels. And when the reports came back, everything was normal, except that my testosterone levels were a bit high, along with my androstenedione, which is also related to hormones. She referred me to a gynecologist for an ultrasound, and that's when I found out that I had multiple cysts in my left ovary, and I was diagnosed with PCOS, which would explain the sudden outburst of acne and this change in my skin type. To sum up my first point, do some research and find a good dermatologist. And if you have a huge acne problem and genuinely want to solve it, then do not accept vague answers. Tell your doctor that you want to get to the bottom of it and find out why this is happening. And also, if you have acne, please stop Googling random DIY recipes and following under-researched things blindly on the internet. It might just make your acne worse. Please get help from a professional. Moving on to the second point, PCOS. According to the latest research, 1 in every 5 women has this condition, but it goes undiagnosed in most cases. Like in my case, for example, the usual symptoms were absent. Like I get regular periods and I'm not overweight either. But that doesn't mean that I can't have PCOS, clearly. Now acne, you can call it a side effect or a symptom of PCOS. And since it's a hormonal issue, your hormones needs to be managed first. Like if your periods are irregular, it's not uncommon for a dermatologist to prescribe a birth control pill to regularize your periods. Like in my case, my periods were regular, so I had to change a couple of things, which brings me to my next point. I was asked to exercise regularly, eat healthy, drink up to 3 liters of water a day, start meditation in order to manage stress, as well as get enough sleep. Even in my first video, I mentioned that I don't really like exercising, but after this, I was extremely determined to. I started with strength training at least 2 days a week, and other 2 days cardio. Eating healthy is my favorite bit. I had that under control already. And sleep, I do have some trouble with it since I'm obsessed with Netflix Korean dramas. But ever since this, I have been trying to sleep for at least 8 hours continuously in the night. And lastly, meditation. And to be honest, I still struggle with it. If I ever get on top of it, I will make a video. But as of now, I don't think I'm even on level 1. We don't usually realize this, but it's the smallest changes in your lifestyle which can make a huge impact, especially since PCOS is a lifestyle disorder. You cannot completely get rid of PCOS, but what you can do is manage it to such an extent that it'll be like you never even had it. I was a bit worried about pregnancy since women with PCOS find it very hard to get pregnant. But here I am, and I was pregnant in the first month of trying. So I know for a fact that you can manage it. Moving to the fourth point, isotretinoin. Going back to my dermatologist, she started me on a course of isotretinoin for a period of 3 months. This treatment works by decreasing the facial oil production. Its side effect is dryness, like your skin gets really dry, and as well as chapped lips, but that can be managed with a good moisturizer as well as a good lip balm. I use a Clinique moisturizer and a Lineage lip mask. And trust me that this lip mask is one of the best things I have ever used. This is not sponsored, don't worry. Going back to isotretinoin, one very important note: it should never ever be taken without a prescription by your doctor. Since while you're on this medication, you should never get pregnant. And in fact, they make you wait for a period of 3 to 6 months after you're done with the course just to make sure, since it has been known to cause birth defects. And also, if you research on acne and you watch a lot of videos, you must have come across this term called Accutane. Well, Accutane is just a brand name version of isotretinoin itself. But this course honestly made all the difference. I haven't had a single pimple in 1.5 years now, touch wood. And even during pregnancy, many women experience acne since your hormones are all over the place. But luckily that wasn't my case. Since we are all here, if my acne ever returns, I'll update you guys. Moving on to the last point, skincare products. There is one very simple rule that you must follow when it comes to your skincare routine. Change only one product in your skincare routine at a time. That is, use a new product for at least 2 weeks before introducing a second one. There are 2 reasons for this. One, if that particular product is causing you to break out, you'll know the culprit immediately. And the second thing is, by giving the product 2 weeks of time, you can make out any difference that skincare product is creating in your skin. A lot of times we buy a whole range, like a new sunscreen, a new face wash, a new moisturizer, and when you break out, you have no idea what caused it. So even when my dermatologist gave me a whole set of skincare products, I introduced only one at a time. And I'd also like to touch up on one very important note. Just because you're applying any sort of spot treatment or acne medication on your pimple, do not forget to layer it up with a moisturizer and a sunscreen after it. I learned this the hard way. I used to apply the acne cream and that's it, because I was afraid that it would reduce its effectiveness if I layer it with a sunscreen. But then trust me, if you don't apply, you're only making it worse. And that's it for today. I hope that you found this video helpful. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.